Hello.
Acha. So good evening, everyone. So we are starting with the webinar. Good evening, everyone. I welcome sir on behalf of Sri Ramakrishna Institute of Science and Technology, and I thank sir for giving his precious time for our students, for our faculties. Uh, a small introduction about him. Dr. Kingshuk Giri. He is assistant professor at National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research. His research interests are in computational astrophysics, numerical simulation, computational geometry, job scheduling, parallel computing, etc. He has completed his postdoctoral fellow from National Tsing Hua University, Taiwan. He received his doctorate from SN Bose National Center for Basic Science. Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So again, I welcome Professor Dr. Kingshuk Giri for the webinar, and thank you, sir, for giving your precious time to us and enlightening our students in a new context of academics or new context of teaching. That optimization, as we all know, that optimization is needed for all the engineers in every department, irrespective of any department, whether it is civil, mechanical, computer science, electronics, or electrical. Working with ease and optimized way gives the best outcome. So our sir will discuss about the topic in a more detailed way, and he will also give insight about the topic. Sir,
Okay, thank you, Abhinandan.
thank you, sir. Sir, you may start, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you for inviting me for this talk. So, optimization. Am I audible clearly?
Sir, you can be a bit louder, sir. Yeah, little low, sir.
Okay, is it okay now? Am I audible now? Fine.
Yes, sir, you are audible, but a bit low, sir. Your audio is.
Okay, okay. Now it's better.
Yes,
Hello?
yes, sir, yes.
Okay, fine. So let me share the screen first. Okay. So are you getting my slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it okay? Are you getting the full screen mode?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So optimization theory and particularly the models are very popular in nowadays. And these have been applied in many fields. As Abhinandan already mentioned, it can be applied in any field and it's already applying in many fields to handle various practical problems as well as the total theoretical works. So, in light of these advances of particularly computing system and the optimization and the techniques, it become a really important topic nowadays and popular in different engineering problems, particularly for the last 30 to 40 years. So it has been applied in particularly different engineering problems. So in I will shortly elaborate this thing with some hands-on practice with simple Excel software, Microsoft Excel. So in the end of the talk, via Microsoft Excel software, I will show how can we easily solve even with the Excel for both optimization, linear and non-linear optimization kind of problem. Okay, so I will start with a simple example. Say there is a farmer. So there is a farmer and he has said 2,400 feet fencing and want to fence off the rectangular field. So this like this. So he need to enclose this field and he has maximum 2,400 feet fencing. Suppose this place is a free place, anybody can occupy it. Now the farmer's goal will be with the same kind of fencing, what are the dimensions of the field that has the largest area? He or she may fence like this way, or say like this way. So there are n number of ways. Suppose this is the river and these three sides of the fencing. So here I can give some examples. Say, suppose the farmer first try with this way. Say in this direction, say 1,000 feet, then 1,000 feet, and this the width will be 400 feet. So obviously the total area will be 1,000 into 400, that is 4 lakh square feet. He can also think in this way. Say he can stretch this in this direction. So it's 2,200. And he can take the width only 100. So what will be the area of this ground? It's simply 100 into 2200. That means length into width. Simple. Area A into B, and the area will be say 2,20,000 square feet. The farmer can also try with this way. Say this length will be 700 and this length will be say 1,000. So in that case, what the farmer should see, the area of his occupied land is nearly 700 into 1000, that is nearly 7 lakh feet square. Now you see, even with the same kind of fencing material, the farmer can occupy, in this case only 4 lakh square feet, in this case even less, say 2,20,000 square feet, and for this case it is 7 lakh square feet. Now the question is that since it's an optimization problem, if you think it is an optimization problem, the main goal should be of this farmer is, so with the same kind of fencing, what is the maximum area he can occupy the land surrounding the river. But if you try to manually, so first they try with this, then this, then this, then somebody can try again like in another shape. So there will be no ending. So in reality, if you try and say n number of ways, say 10 numbers, 20 numbers, 1,000 numbers, even say lakh numbers, it may be a possibility that even you can find a better solution from that. So that's why the thing is that if you try to find what will be the largest area within this fencing, even if you try, you will not find the maximum area with this trial and error method. So our common feeling tells us that the try and try method should not be there. So there should be some concrete method so that we can fix the maximum area using my particular fencing. So now the thing is that how can we convert it into a mathematical problem? That is the beauty of math as well as the optimization. So what I can take say this is my x and this is my y, and the area is simply AXY. Suppose this x and y is the maximum, that this x and y has been selected in such a way that the A will be maximum. So obviously I have a condition that 2x plus y is 2400 because I have maximum 2400 feet fencing. So this condition is fixed. So I can violate it unless I purchase or borrow new fencing. It is assumed that the fencing is fixed for me. Now what will be the area? A into xy, we know the area definition. It is assumed that this is also nearly a straight line, the river bank. Okay, then it's simply xy. Now if we replace this y here, so A is nothing but x into y is 2400 minus 2x, that is 2400x minus 2x square. And obviously x would be greater than 0. Then ultimately the farmer can build a final step of the problem like this. He needs to maximize the area with this, where x goes like this. So in context of mathematical aspect, this is called the optimization problem. The particular, all these functions has some name and idea. Like say this function, that is the ax, or say 2400x minus 2x square, is called the objective function. Of course, there is a variable only x. X is the variable, single variable. This function may be say double variable or triple variable. Here only single variable. So this is called objective function, and this is called our constraints. And x is the variable. So once the real problem is converted to a optimization problem, what we see, there are three components. One is called objective function. Second is called the variable, that may be single variable or multiple variable. And the third part is called constraints or the limits. So these three things are the main part of any kind of optimization problem. Now, depending upon the constant, depending upon the variables, depending upon the nature of the objective function, we can classify the taxonomy of the optimization problem that I will come later, the classification. But the main thing is same: objective function, variable, and the constants. And this is the called typical optimization problem. Now, before going to this topic or going to these small details, I should discuss few good books, because unless you don't go through books, you can't learn the subject. Maybe you can see some good YouTube videos, some good lecture notes from Google. Even you can see my lecture notes also, but unless you go through a textbook, you can't learn. And this is applicable for both faculty and the students. So this book is very good for the beginners, those who want to apply particularly this optimization problem into their own field. Abhinandan, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this book is called Practical Optimization by Gil Murray and Wright. So this is a very nice book. So it was initially published from academic space. Maybe this is the older version. Maybe you will find new versions. Maybe if you are lucky, you can find a free ebook in Google. So you can download this book. So there is another book, Practical Optimization, Algorithms and Engineering Applications. So you can at least download one of these books, or you can avail if it is in your library to learn this subject. There are few more books from both this Indian and the foreign authors. Particularly, I can mention this book, Rao SS, that is Engineering Optimization Theory and Practice. This is published from John Wiley. This is a very nice book, particularly for our Indian students. You can see this number 4. Apart from that, this book is also a good book, and you can find these books, soft copy of the book in this website. If you go to the Stanford website, and the author himself uploaded the book for the listeners or for the students and all the readers free. So if you go to this website, the boy already uploaded his book into this website, so you can see it. Now, particularly for the teachers or for the advanced students who want to work on optimization or think to do more in optimization, or want to see the recent trends in optimization, some recent papers or good paper, very recent works, to get the knowledge, they can go through these journals, like say Engineering Optimization, Computer and Structure is very good journal for optimization, Structural Optimization is also there, Operation Research and Management Science. So if you just go to Google and just type, you can easily find the link of the journals. Few journals are open source, so you can easily download it. Few journals are not open source, maybe you need to pay, but sometimes you can manage to find these good papers. Now, one thing I should also discuss, the prerequisite that you should know once you try to learn optimization or try to think deep optimization, or even try to do research in optimization, you should know few things. You can go through this book, Numerical Recipes in C or C++. This book is also freely available in this website, nrbook.com. So this is very popular book, those who want to work on particularly simulations or any kind of modeling. Apart from that, few tools are very useful for solving any kind of optimization problem. Maybe one tool is not good enough for any kind of problem. So there is some category wise things, like say some tools are very good for some particular linear programming. Some tools are good for say nonlinear programming. Some tools are very good for say meta-heuristic optimization. Some tools are say good for generative algorithm and so on. So I can mention few tools like is Excel, Microsoft Excel. Even in Microsoft Excel, if you go to the add-on, you will find the thing Solver, SOLVER. If it is not added, you can add it. It's free. If you have Excel, you can easily add it. I will show in the hands-on. So in Solver, you can solve the basic linear and non-linear problem. I will show with the hands-on. So this part I will cover in the hands-on. Apart from that, you can use MATLAB, although it's an premium software you need to pay. R is free software, Octave, Scilab is also free software, Mathematica and Python. So only these two are the commercial software. These three are the commercial software, but these four are the free software. Like in Python, there are so many options for working. But since it's the lecture mainly for the students, so I will not show you any hands-on on Python or Scilab or R. Rather, I will prefer to show few small hands-on on Excel. So those who are interested, they can try parallelly with me once I will start the hands-on. But these things are commercial software. Those who have, they can also try some optimization packages in them. But if you know Excel, Python, and Scilab, this is good enough for you to solve any kind of solution. Now I'm coming to the subject. So before starting the optimization thing, you need to know what do you mean by decision making. So I think it's very common topic to all of you, because you know decision making is itself a self-explanatory word. There are 2 points. One is decision, one is making. So since it's decision making, that means by our self-explanation, we can assume that there may be n number of possibilities, n number of options. So I need to select. Like say if you go to some gambling and if you win prize and the company offer you select any of the 4 prizes, in that case you need to see all the constant, all the features, all the values for all the prizes, and accordingly you need to select any of them, because you have the option to select any one out of these 4 prizes. So this is also a part of decision making. So I can give you even a simple example. Suppose you are seeing a lady, so there are 4 male. So that problem is that a teenage girl knows 4 boys, all of whom she likes, but has to decide who among them to go steady with. So out of 4, maybe she likes few part of these guy, few part of this guy, and so on. But ultimately, she need to select any of them, one. Then the decision making always involves the making of choice between the various possible alternatives. Then what she will try? She will assess all the goods and bads, and the good quality and the bad quality, and the pros and cons of this all the 4 stakeholders, and ultimately maybe she will select the best one to her with all its constants. So we can categorize the decision making into the problems in 2 ways. What is the first category? The set of all possible alternatives for the decision is a finite, discrete, or set, typically consisting all the small number of elements. Like the previous example, this is from category, because you know the girl need to select one out of only 4. So the 4 number is a finite set. That means it's a category 1. So here all the possible alternatives are finite. You can easily count and you can stop the counting. So it's finite. So for this, there are a number of methods are there. One of these is scoring method. Those who are interested, you can go through the details for scoring method. I'm going to this topic here. Rather, I will show you the overall idea. Now, what is category 2? Category 2 means the possible alternatives will be infinite. Suppose I told you select a number, select a real number between the interval say 0 to, sorry, between the closed interval 0 to 1. So if I tell you, then your options are infinite. You can select any number. Maybe you can find 0, 0.001, 0.123, 0.98, and so on. So these are the type of category 2. That's why this set is a continuous set. So you need to select an options or best option from this continuous set. That's why we divide it into category 1 and category 2. And for category 2, the solution is possible using this unconstant and constant optimization method that I will come later. So now I'm coming to this main part that is called optimization. What is optimization? But I think whatever I discussed in last 10 to 20 minutes, already it's clear to you what I am going to see on optimization. So of course, it's the main motto is to making things better, generating more profit, because obviously everybody wants profit, determining the best, and do more with less. That means less effort, maximum gain. Low cost, maximum gain. So that is the main motto of any kind of optimization problem. Because ultimately the real world wants this. So you can define in any number of ways if you find in Google, and if you just type the word, what do you mean by optimization? I think you will find n number of definitions. So I have collected one that I like. That is, the optimization is the mathematical discipline which is concerned with finding the maxima and the minima of functions, possibly subject to constraints. Just one thing, if you have any questions you may ask, তো চাইলে বাংলাতেও কোয়েশ্চেন করতে পারবো, কোনো সমস্যা নেই, আমি বাংলাতেও বলতে পারি। Okay. Okay. Now I am going to the next slide. So what do we optimize? As I mentioned from the example, so this is called objective function, maybe say a or o, whatever maybe, which contains either single variable, only say x1, then we call it single value function, or there may be a number of variables, multiple value functions. So now I'm coming to this unconstant optimization. So I need to minimize this function fxy, x square plus 2y square. So I need to minimize because I don't have any restriction. Maybe x and y can be any real number. Now, if I have the restriction and I need to find the minimum, it is obvious from my observation that if x is 0 and y is 0, then the value will be 0 and that will be the minimum value, because you know this value is always a positive value for any real x. So although it's an unconstant optimization, still I think I can find the minimum. But if I tell you what will be the minimum value of say x square plus 2y square minus say 3xy, in that case maybe your intuition failed. You can try with many values, but since you don't have any constant restrictions, you can't try up to infinite times. So that's why you need to learn the procedure, how to solve it. So for this, there are so many methods. That is the technical methods. So here I can see one example optimization constant. You know, in the previous example, I have only this part. But here you see, I have this part with these restrictions. That is called limits or constants. So that is called optimization constants. Or I can give some with more restrictions, say x belongs to -2 to 5 and y belongs to say y to 1. Or I can give some restriction like this, fxy is x square or 2y square, and like this. Now you see, each of the problem are optimization with constants, where in the first problem it is the constant, in the second problem this is the constant in more elaborate way, in the third problem this is the constant. So for these problem, maybe by inspection and trial and error you can do, but for this problem I am sure it's not possible by hand or by your intuition to solve it. You can guess, if you are lucky sometimes you can match, but you need to proceed with some particular way. In the hands-on part, I will show you how we can easily solve this kind of problem in our Excel. So this is the historical chronology, because since you are learning optimization, unless you know the history or the chronology, your learning will be incomplete. Suppose you are learning on computer science, or you don't know Charles Babbage. You are learning physics, you don't know who is Isaac Newton. Okay, so it is actually meaningless. So you should know the history, or I think they are the pioneer in this work. So first I will go to our Indus Valley civilization. We have nearly 2000 before Christ. That means from today, maybe 4000 years ago, we have Indus Valley civilization in Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. These are very popular for us, even it's our heritage. So although this Harappa and Mohenjo-daro is now part of Pakistan, not the maximum part are from Pakistan, very few are from India. Anyway, so even 4000 years ago, they has given, or they used the idea of optimization in their real life problem. Maybe that time they don't know the word optimization. They don't know what is the meaning of constant, what is the meaning of variables, what is the meaning of objective function. But their technique, their technology, their engineering, they used it. How? There are n number of evidences. I am not going to this. If you are interested, I have a lecture on YouTube on this. You can see it. Here I am just copying a single example. Say they used the all bricks, even in this era, in the formula 7 centimeter by 14 centimeter by 28 centimeter. That means length will be 28 centimeter. This length. So if it is bricks, 28 centimeter, 7 centimeter, and this is 14 centimeter. So this brick has been collected from Mohenjo-daro. Now, if you see, even 4000 years ago, they used this thing, and these are the sun-dried bricks, and they use these bricks for drain and sewer linings. And researchers and historians collected it later. But the good thing is that today, even if we use the brick technology in civil engineering, they may know they use the same technique. That means the 4:2:1 ratio. The length is to width is to height will be 4:1. So that is the best optimal bonding for bricks till today. Now you see, whatever they used in 4000 years ago, maybe they calculated something. Maybe there are no evidences, but still they used the technique. So there is a clear evidence that they know optimization. Maybe not in this form, whatever we are reading today, but they had the idea. So optimization is a history subject. It's not that we are only using 20 to 30 years. Where civilization will be there, optimization must be there, because everybody wants less effort, maximum length, longevity, maximum profit. So everywhere optimization will be there. So that is the punchline. Now him nearly 2000 before, sorry, 200 before Christ. That means from today nearly 2300 years ago, Gendorus given a theory that if you take any kind of shape with same surface area, sphere will be the highest volume or greatest volume. So this has been invented 2300 years ago. So they already used the optimization technique. Now I am coming to this modern math. In modern math, the first so much works have been given by Euler, Leonhard Euler. He worked on calculus of variations, minimization of functions. Then Leibniz, the greatest mathematician, differential calculus methods and optimization. I think you already heard this name. Then Isaac Newton, that those who are very popular for gravity in gravitational theory. So Newton already given the differential calculus method for optimization, particularly the maximum minimum problem, typical the first order and second order derivatives concept that given by Isaac Newton. Then I should also take the name of Joseph Lagrange. Lagrange did lots of works on, say, calculus of variations, minimization of functions, method of optimization for constant problems, even not 200 years ago, not now. Then of course Augustine Cauchy. Cauchy is very popular, although he had lots of contribution in the other mathematical fields, in particularly real analysis. But in case of optimization, he already contributed a lot. Then I can write say George Bernard Dantzig, modern scientist who worked on linear programming and simplex method, because you know simplex method is very popular nowadays. Today I am going to show you the hands-on in Excel. So this method was given by Dantzig. Bellman was there, Kuhn, Thacker, so many mathematicians are there. Von Neumann, who was very popular for game theory. Even you know, few years ago we lost a scientist or mathematician, John Nash. If you see the movie The Beautiful Mind, you can see his autobiography. So he was also a very good mathematician in optimization. Even you know he's from mathematics, but the work he done mainly it's related to optimization. That's why he got the Nobel in economics, not in mathematics, because you know in mathematics no Nobels are there. Now I'm coming to this little bit maths part. Maybe those who are a fiat hypothesis on math, they can get bored, but at least you need to see some maths thing. Unless you see some math expressions, your optimization learning will not be complete. So once you consider the optimization problem, there are three things. One is called design variable, or sometimes we call it decision variable. Any name you can use it. So it's a vector that contains maybe a single vector, that is single variable, and more than one vector, multiple variables. And there is some objective function, and which is called cost function. And our ultimate aim is to optimize this. So optimize means either maximize or minimize. And of course, we have sometimes we have some restrictions. Then we call some constants are there, and these constant may be two kinds. One is called inequality constant, one is called equality constant. So this is the complete form of any optimization problem. So I need to minimize or maximize of this function subject to these constants. So this is called inequality constant. Say I have x plus y less than 5. So this is an inequality constant. Say x less than 6. Again it's a constant. But if I write say x plus y is 9, then this is called an equality constant. So I can give some simple example. Say water distribution system in any municipality area. It's a very common problem for any civil engineering people. So what are the goal of this problem or project? What we need to keep at our mind? Our first thing should be meeting the household demands. So you need to see the household demands, and accordingly you need to plan, set up all these things, water treatment plan. And second goal should be minimizing the cost of pipe system, because you know every government wants less cost and maximum effectiveness. And third goal should be meeting the required water pressure at all nodes of the distribution system. Otherwise, people will not be happy. It should be a homogeneous system, not non-homogeneous system. And the fourth part is called optimal positioning of valves, so that we need to use less number of valves and everybody are happy with their supply systems. So this problem is a typical problem of optimization. Those who are from civil engineering, they can see details on that, so that they can find the part of the optimization thing in this problem. Okay. Now I'm coming to the classification of optimization problems. It may be constant. So I can classify on the basis of constants. So if there are some constants or limits or restrictions, then we call it constant optimization problem. If there are no constants, they are unconstant. I already mentioned and given the example. I can also segregate with the physical structure of the problem. So we can divide into two parts: optimal control problems and non-optimal control problems. If you are interested, you can see in details, textbook or in Google. And we can also divide this optimization problem in the basis of design variables. Sometimes we have static optimization problems. That means it's not time dependent. And sometimes we have dynamic. That means it's time dependent. So in the time dependent problem, T will be there where T is the time. In the static problem, T is not there. We can also classify on the nature of equation involved, like a nonlinear program, geometric programming, quadratic programming, linear programming, LPP, QPP, GPP, NLPP, so A or NPP. We can also permissible values of the design variables. We can do it like say integer programming is part of this, and real world programming. Maximum problems are real world programming, but in few cases, integer programming are very important, particularly in the field of computer science. And from the deterministic nature of the variables, we can also divide into two classes. The variable may be stochastic or may be deterministic. Stochastic means there is no certain criteria, it's kind of probabilistic or uncertain. And deterministic means it's not uncertain, it's a certain thing. Like, I can give you an example, meta-heuristic optimization. That is the part of stochastic thing. Apart from that, there is a local and global optima. Maybe this thing is familiar for you once you learned this maximum minimum problem in your class 2 level mathematics. Say there is a function f of x. Now it's clear that we have some optimum value here. This point, this point, this point, this point, and this point. Clearly, these are the minima, these are the maxima. And all these maxima are called so this minima is called local maxima or local minima. But if you see this minima, it is least in this interval. So that's why this minima we can code it the local optima or local, or sorry, not local, the global minima. So these kind of minima are called local minima, but this kind of minima we can call it global minima. So this thing I have already mentioned. I am just showing you once that is the objective function. That is the optimization problems in details. So it may be single objective and multiple objective. So f may be either only fx or fx1, or f may be say f of x, y, z, whatever may be. So depending upon this, there may be single objective and multiple objective. So the decision variable type may be real or integer and continuous and discrete. So decision variable nature may be static or dynamic. Static means not time dependent, dynamic means time dependent. T will be there. Some model may be linear and non-linear. Constant may be there or not there. If not there, unconstant. If they are constant. Parameter may be deterministic and stochastic. Deterministic means it's certain. Stochastic means it's kind of uncertainty is there. And of course, trade space convexity is there. Maybe sometimes it's convex and concave, and sometimes non-convex and non-concave. I think you know what is the meaning of convex set and convex set if you go through LPP. So this classification comes from this side. Okay. Now you should also know what are your methodology once you try to deal any kind of optimization problem. The first thing is that you need to identify the problem or opportunity. The problem may come from your topic, some other topic, some real world problem anywhere. The second thing is that you need to understand the system properly. Unless you understand the system, blindly problem solving or software and tool using will not be an intelligent work. The third thing is to formulate a mathematical model. So once you understand the system, physical system, only understanding will not give you the bread and butter. You need to formulate the mathematical model. Unless you can't do it, you can't solve it. Then you can verify the model. Then you can select the best alternative and present the result and the analysis and ultimately implement and evaluate. So these are the basic steps of any kind of optimization techniques. So this is the optimization taxonomy I already mentioned you. So optimization can be divided into three parts: uncertainty, deterministic, and multi-objective. Mainly the classification goes with deterministic, there are two parts: continuous and discrete. Continuous can be again segregated to two parts: unconstant and constant, I already mentioned. And discrete may be integer programming and combinatorial optimization. Combinatorial optimization means those who are from mathematics, they generally use it in the graph theory or combinatorial thing. Okay. And if it is uncertain or stochastic, then it's stochastic programming and robust optimization. Now, if you see the constant thing, constant can be again segregated to various parts like global optimization, nonlinear programming, NLP, network optimization, bound constant, and linear constant. And this nonlinear programming is very important. It can be again segregated to various parts. You can see it. And the linear is segregated to two parts: QPP and LPP. Quadratic programming problem and linear programming problem. In case of unconstant part, it can be again segregated to four parts: nonlinear least square, nonlinear equations, non-differential optimizations, and global optimizations. So this is the overall idea and the overall taxonomy of the optimization thing. But of course, you don't need to know everything. Maybe you are working on, say, particularly LPP or linear programming problem. Then you need to only work on, say, constant and then linear constant and then this part. Okay. Somebody works on, say, nonlinear equation. So they need to work on this optimization, unconstant optimization with the segregation of nonlinear equations. Because it's a vast topic. So you need to select the particular thing and ultimately you need to learn it and apply it to your own field. Because since you're engineers, you're not a mathematician, but typical analysis. So you don't need to learn everything. You need to first understand the problem and accordingly you need to formulate things. Now you need to see what kind of problem it is and how we can solve it. And accordingly you need to see the technique, solve it. You can solve by your hand, but maximum people don't do it. It's not possible for us to solve it by hand always. So it's better you can use some tools. I already mentioned which kind of tools are there. You can use any kind of programming language. You can use Excel, you can use Python, you can use MATLAB, you can use Scilab, you can use R, whatever maybe. Okay, or some optimization dedicated tools are there, although they are not open source. You need to buy. Like I can say, there is a tool Lindo, particularly for this optimization problem, but I think it's now not an open source software. You need to purchase it. Now I'm coming to this unconstant problem. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So this is very common to all. You know, function of single variable. In our childhood, we have an idea that if y is say fx, then how can I find the maximum minimum of this function at an interval? So what we did, we need f dash x, and we need to equal to 0. Whatever we find the value, say it's x1 and x2, two value. Then we find, say, f double dash x1, we find the second order derivative. And accordingly, we find it. If it is greater than 0, we have called local minima. If it is less than 0, inverse thing, then it's called local maxima. So same thing is also discussed here with some new look. So I'm not going in details on that. Mainly this thing you already know from your childhood. Function of single variable. So this is the maximum minimum condition. So the condition is that condition for minimum is that f double dash x double dash means second derivative greater than 0. For maxima, it will be less than 0. You can easily prove it by Taylor series analysis. So if you just expand it, f of x plus h, it's nothing but f plus half f double and so on. So you know, if you take this negative part, this difference, you know, this is in positive definite term. So that's why it's greater than 0, and ultimately you will find that this formula. So I am going to typical mathematical thing here. Rather, if double dash x is 0, then what we need to do? We need to proceed further. We need to check the higher order derivative, like say f3x, f dot 3x, and accordingly we need to find the decisions. So this is very common to us. But in this slide, I have given the multivariate minimization and maximization thing. So in case of multivariate, say I am telling minimizations, the conditions are that for stationary point, nabla f x star is 0. So in the same thing in one dimension is nothing but df dx, where x vector is only x1. But if the x vector is say 2 or 3 variables, say x1, x2, and x3, then this will be like nabla fx. I think you know what is the meaning of nabla operator. If you don't know, you can check it later. So you need to equate it, and this matrix nabla square fx will be the positive semi-indefinite since it's local minima. And for strong local minima, this must be greater than 0. And in case of maximizations, this should be less than, and this should be negative semi-indefinite. So you can check this. So this is the typical mathematical theory for multivariate minimization. So whatever you doing in the single variable, the same can be proceeded for the 2 or more variables with different functions. Now I would like to discuss on few hands-on. So I will show you 2 problems on hands-on. One is in LPP, one is in NLPP. NLPP means non-linear programming. So first I will show you a problem for LPP programming. So LPP, you know, there are mainly 3 methods we can use. One is called the graphical method. So it's kind of lab book based method, and one is called simplex method, and one is called Karmarkar method. So first I need to show you a real world problem. Then I need to formulate the problem, then I will solve it. So I am reading the problem first, try to give attention on this problem, then I will formulate the problem. Say there is a problem. You need to buy some filing cabinets. So for your office or whatever, for your home, whatever maybe. You know, say cabinet X, say X brand cabinet cost $10 per unit, and it requires 6 square feet floor space. So the base of this cabinet is 6 square feet, and it holds 8 cubic feet of files inside it. So what we got? We got 3 numbers. One is 10, 6, and 8. So 10 is the price dollar. 6 is that it will occupy the place 6 square feet in my home or in my office, and 8 is my 8 cubic feet file will be occupied here. Now I have a cabinet Y option. So it costs say $20, and it requires say 8 square feet floor space, and it holds 12 cubic feet of files. Okay. Now suppose you have been given $140 to purchase these 2 cabinets. So maximum amount you can spend 140. Though you don't have to spend that much, the office has room for no more than 72 square feet. Say you have 72 square feet maximum to keep the cabinets. So how many of which model should you buy in order to maximize storage volume? Okay. So in this problem, the thing is that how can you determine what are your constants? So one thing I can see you have 2 decision variables, x and y. Say it is x and small x and small y. Where small x is the number of cabinet of capital X, and small y is the cabinet y number, because ultimately I need to find these two numbers x and y. So my decision variable will be x and y. So this is multiple variable thing. Okay. Now second thing is that I need to find the constraints. My first constraint is that I have maximum $140, so I can go beyond that. And second constant is that I can maximum use this 72 square feet, because my house or my office is limited to 72 square feet of places. Now I'm just formulating the problem. So let x is the number of model X cabinets purchased, be this one, and y is the number of cabinets. So I need to optimize this x and y in such a way that my benefit will be maximum. So that is typical optimization problem. And of course, x, y beta will be 0. It's a real life problem. Because cabinet number must not be a negative, it must be a positive number. Rather, it always should be an integer. Hence, I need to set the problem. So my total cost will be 10x. Suppose I have, because I have purchased x with 10 per unit, so 10x plus total cost for second is 20y. So first cost plus second cost means total, which should be less equals to 140, because I have the limitations of 140. Second thing is the space. For first cabinet, it takes 6, this one, so 6x. For second, it takes 8 square feet. So 6x plus 8y less equals to maximum 72. My constant part is over. Be careful. Here, these two numbers are useless. Like say, it holds 8 cubic feet, this number, and it holds 12 cubic feet is completely useless. This is the problem that you may get a confusion. Why we need these numbers? Ultimately not. Because ultimately I need to use the thing later. Okay. So now I need to occupy the books in volume. So in the constant part, although I did not find any use of this 8 and this 6 or 12, but in the volume part, it is useful. Because ultimately I need to maximize the volume. Since I have purchased the first cabinet with x quantity, so the total volume will be 8 into x, because 8 cubic feet, this 8 cubic feet into x, 8x cubic feet, and for the second it's, and ultimately I need to maximize it. With these two constants, I need to maximize this volume, because if I maximize it with my constants, then people will say that no, you are in the optimum position and you get the benefit. That thing I need to do it. So you can convert this into this to get the graphical idea. You can convert it into this. Just you keep this x here and y here, and you can rearrange this. So first I will solve this problem graphically, since I converted to in this part, so I can draw these two straight line, two constants, so this and this. And from the rule of the graphical method, this is a convex sense, it's called visible region, and in the convex sense, the extreme, these are called extreme points. These four are called extreme points. These extreme points give you the either maximum or minimal value or optimal value. So here I can easily find there are 4 extreme points: 0, 0, 12, 0, 0, 8, and the cut of this two straight line, that is 8 and 3. So if the maximum value attains, it must attain or from this any of these 4 points. So I don't need to check for the all points or all the feasible regions. So I can calculate the value or the objective function volume for all of these solutions: 0, 96, 84, and 100. So what I see for this point, the solution is 100. So I can conclude that with this my constant, that means with this $140 and 72 square feet spaces, I need to cabinet I need to purchase 8 of cabinet X and 3 of cabinet Y will yield the maximum volume of 100 cubic. So this is my solution. Now the same thing that I need to solve it via my Excel solver. So I am going to my Excel to solve this problem. So I can escape from this slide. So this was done by hand, graphically. Now I am coming to the Excel part. So I can find Excel. Okay, are you getting my Excel screen? Hello, are you getting my Excel screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It
sir.
is visible.
Okay, fine. So if you open the Excel screen, the solver is already there. So I am using the Microsoft 2016. Even in the older version, if you go to the file part, in the file part, you need to go to the options. If you find the options, in the options there will be so many things and add-ins will be there. This is same as add-ons like this. So you click the add-ins. In the add-in, so these are the available add-in, active or inactive add-in in the current Excel version. Like you know, for my case, solver is already added. In case it is not added, it will be there. You have to select it. Suppose I need to add it. Suppose I need to add this Excel stat, a new package. So you come here, go, then select this, then just click the OK button. You know, my Excel stat is already there, added in my version. So for my case, already solver is added. If you go to the data, you will find the solver. So this is my optimization solver or equation solver. You can easily solve any kind of optimization, any kind of linear and non-linear optimization problem. Okay. So now I have added the solver. In case you don't add, you can add now the solver and you can solve this problem. Now I have already prepared this file. So I don't have enough time to do it. I am showing you this. So I can open this file. It's already there in my desktop. I prepared yesterday, maybe this one, LPP cabinet. So where is my file? I need to check. Oh, this one, yes. Yes, so this is already there. So this is my thing. You can also prepare the same Excel file. So first you add the solver, then you come to this home page of Excel. So here you can write, say, it's optional. You can write say decision variable. Say for my case, I have two things, X and Y. You can also write, say, number of cabinet one for your state. The number of X cabinet, number of Y. Okay, optional thing. And this is the objective value in the maximum volume. Okay, so I can give it, say, it's initially say 1. Okay, so I can have some values. So this value I need to find. So I have given special color. If you don't give any color, no issue. Since it's a lecture mode, so I have given the various color, no issue. If you don't give color, no issue on that. Okay. So you can keep here values, here in coefficients. So here, if you see this problem, the coefficient are, 8x plus 12y. Because this is my objective function. So 8 and 12. So, and I need to find the value. Now, what will be my objective value? 8 into this value plus 12 into this value. So this thing I have used here, you see, sum product C4 to D4 and C5 to D5. Or you can write, if this is C4, C4 star C5 plus D4 star D5. So I have written this format, sum product of C4 colon D4 comma C5 colon D5. And since I have taken 1 1, so it's obviously 8 into 1 plus 12 into 1 means 20. It's already, suppose 1 1 is my initial solution. I can also keep say 0 0. You see it's 0. So this formula I have already given. So this is the expression of objective function. Okay. This is the coefficient and this is the value of x and y. Now I come to the constants. The first constant is that 10x plus 20y less equal to 140. So you can just keep 10, 20. The second is 6 and 8. You can keep say 6 and 8. Then you can keep a label say LHS and RHS or whatever may be. Then in the LHS, you need to calculate the total value. So first is 10. So 10 into this value plus 20 into this value. So if it is say 1 1, it's 10. So 10 into 1 plus 20 into this. So this is the first constant. So 10x plus 12y less equals to 140. So 140 is here I have given. And second constant is that 6x plus, be careful, x means the value, not the expression. Because expression has don't meaning. So 6 into 1 plus 8 into 1 less equals to 72. So this is the thing, two constants I have. And the sign is here less equal to sign. So once this part is over, now I need to find the objective value here. Just click this and just swap to the data part and click solver. Automatically once I have selected this thing E4. Now here I need to find the maximum value. So max is there, no issue on that. So I need to find mean. Here I need the max, so I want to find the max. Okay. Now here I need to give the variable thing. So is the blank. How can I select the variable? The variables are these two. So I can select here like this. You see C4 to D4. So this is my variable. Okay. Now suppose I am deleting this constant and I need to add the constants. Now I will add the constants. Just use the add button. So my first constant will be like this. This and this is less equal to, and this is 140. Okay, add. My second constant is this, less equals to, and this is this, add. You see my two constant added. So this E8 less than G8, E9 less than G9. So whatever the values are, depending upon these constants are there. It's already done. Now you can find the method. There are three methods: simplex, LP, GRG, and evolutionary. Since it's an LPP problem, you can use the simplex LP. So you can use the simplex LP. So your problem function is done. Now how can you get the solution? Just click the solve button. Yes. So it is showing that solver found a solution and all constants and optimally conditions are satisfied. That means you are in the good stage. If you see the solution is 8 and 3 and the value is 140, and correspondingly you will find these conditions and it's done. So now suppose you need the answer sheet to present somewhere. So you click the answer and OK. So automatically you will find the answer sheet as a new sheet here. Here you will find all these details and the values, and you will find the variable cells and the constant cells. So everything you will find in details. You can check it. Now suppose the same problem, I need the minimization thing. So from the graphical thing, it's obvious that the minimum value should be 0, because you know the maximum or minimum value only attains in the extreme points, and here are 4 extreme points. Since 100 is the maximum, that corresponds 83, so 0 will be the minimum, that corresponds 0 0. I need to cross check it with my LPP solver. So again I need to select it with the solver. I selected mean. Rest of things I can keep same and solve. You see it's showing the solver found a solution and blah blah, and you see the solution is 0 0 and it's 0. So again you see you can find the minimal solution, that is the point 0 0. So you can easily found it. Okay. Now, okay. Suppose I need some different methods. So simplex method means it is using the simplex method. Suppose I need to use the big M method to solve this equation for the maximization problem. So I can use this big M method here, GRG non-linear, and I can solve it. Again, I can find the solution. You see, I can find the same solution 100. So big M method is also here giving the same answer 100, 8, and 3. So in this way, once you formulate a simple problem, you can now increase your number of parameters, number of constants, and you can do it accordingly. So that is the thing that you can do. So suppose I have a parameter, say third constant, not here. Suppose I have a third constant. I can close it. Okay. Okay. Solve. No, some error is yes. Okay. Now suppose I have a third constant. Okay. Third constant. Are you getting my Excel file? Okay. Say my third. Okay. Say my third constant is x minus y is say 2x. Say 2x minus y say less equals to 4. So it's already there, so I can formulate. I don't need to write it, just drop it. You see, 8 into 2, 16 minus 3 into minus 1, 13. So I can give the color. So the color is not important. You can give or don't give, no issue is there. My ultimate is to solve the solution. Okay. Now I have added another constant. Okay, now I can solve. I have also changed this value also. So it's now 16. Okay. Now I can go to this button, come to data, then solver. Since I have added a constant, I need to add the same constant here. Add. I have added this. So not this one. Sorry. Add this one. Less this one. Add. You see, I have added another constant E10. So this is E10 less than G10. So I need to use this simplex method. Maximum solve. Yes, you see here, solver found the solution, and my new solution is 0 and 7, and the objective value is 1 1 2. So this is the thing. I can again change it. Say it's 6. 2x plus 6y less equal to say 54. My new constant. Okay, 3 constants are there. Again, I need to come here, come to solver. It's already added. So I can change here. Sorry. This one is there, no issue. Here I can find this one, add. Yes, so this is my thing. I can solve it. So again, I found a solution. My solution is 14 0, and the objective value remains same 1 1 2. Okay, so in this way, I can find I can add any kind of constant, I can add variable, I can add some more coefficients, so I can easily solve it. So I am going back to, I don't need to save it, so I am keeping it. So now I'm coming back to the slide. You see the same thing I have shown in the slide. I have selected these things. I use the data, then solver, and completed the formality. So once I click here solve, I found this with the window, and this is my initial equation, and this is my solution. So I started from 1 1 and I got the ultimate solution 83. So initially you can keep any number 1 1 or 0 0, or you can even keep blank here. By default it will take 0 0, no matter. Ultimately we will find the final solution. And this is my answer sheet. I just copied here to show you, and I found this thing. Okay, now I'm coming to this non-linear programming problem. This is the last part in my talk. So this is the thing of the nonlinear function. So in the nonlinear function, maybe there will be more than 1 or 2 functions, and this is the necessary condition. Del f del x dot dx plus del f del y dot dz is 0, where fx is 0 and fz is 0. Fx means del f del x, partial derivative. So this is the necessary condition, and this is a sufficient condition, and this should be positive if it is has a minimum value, and it is less than 0 has a maximum value. It is nothing but a simple partial derivative. Those who know the partial derivative, they can easily understand. So here I am finding the double order derivative, so that's why fxx means del 2f del x square. Okay, it's the metric. So this is the thing. So I am not going to the mathematics in details. Maybe you will get bored. Who are interested, they can see it. So these things should be positive definite and negative definite, and accordingly I can find the maximum and minimum. So this is the summary thing for single and multiple variable. I'm not going to the maths part. Rather, I am going to the problem solving part. Okay. Suppose I have a problem with 3 variables x, y, z. Sorry, I did a mistake. This should be x, y, not x1, x2. I can check. I can just correct now. Okay. This should be x. X. Yes. Save it. Are you getting my slide? Okay, fine.
Yes.
So in this thing, I have in the objective function, I have 3 variables, multiple variables: x square plus y square plus z square plus 40x plus 20y. So this is my equation coming from the real world problem, and I need to optimize it with the following constants. So I have again, so this would be x, not x1. X greater equals to 50, x plus y greater equals to 100, and x plus y plus z greater equals to 150. So this is my constant, and I need to optimize it. Okay. Optimize, first I will find and minimize it. I need to minimize it. Because maximization is not possible since it's no upper limits. So I have some minimization problem here. So I can minimize it. It is taken that say x and y and z greater than 0. Okay. Now again I can start the same thing. I can go back to the Excel file again. NLP solver. Yes. So again, you saw now I have 3 decision variables. I have written in this another format. but it's not necessary that you will use this same format. You can use your own format. No issue. The fundamentals will be same. Don't even you don't need to give some colors. So x, y, z. Say initially I have given the values 1, 1, and 1. Okay, or I can use any value 1, 1, and 1. So this is my objective function x square, y square, z square, x and y. I have given the coefficient 1, 1, 1, 40x plus 20y. And constants, you know, x greater equals to 50. This x plus y greater equals to 100. X plus y plus z greater equals to 150. This one, same one. So these three I have implemented here in a similar way. Now I need to optimize the total value. So I can select the total value here, come to the data, come to the solver. So I have already selected the minimization part. The variable will be from these to this. I have already selected. In case if I don't want selected, I can select like this. So this is my variable. So this. Similarly, I have added these constants like this. For this, simplest will not work. It's a nonlinear problem. So please use the GRG nonlinear method. Okay. Now just click the solve button. So what my system is giving, solver found a solution, and solution is 50, 50, and 50, and 10500. So this is my solution. Now suppose I need to find the maximum value, because from my intuition it's telling that it's not possible to find the maximum value here. I can try. I can select here max and again solve. Yes. Now what the message is showing, the objective cell value do not converge. Well, it's obvious. So what actually happened, the system tried, if you just do it, what actually happened, since it's an unbounded problem, the system try up to a certain level. You see 5 into 10 to the power 9, 3 into 10 to the power, and so on, and then its limitation is over. The maximum value is even greater than that, and the system ultimately stops into a very large value with its tolerance limit. That's why it's an unbounded solution. It's obvious it's an unbounded solution. Now, if I go back to this thing again, minimization thing, then you see you are getting a solution like this. So in this way, you can solve it. You can change the value. So I am not saving it. I am just closing it. So you can change this function. You can change this constant, and you can solve your own problem. So this is the thing. Same thing I have given here with the screen for you can take it. Now, in the last 2 slides, I will discuss 2 slides on applications of optimizations in engineering. Of course, it can be applicable for information system. Lots of applications are there. Although there are few applications, apart from there are so many applications are there. In industrial engineering and manufacturing systems, so many applications are there. Engineering design is a good topic for optimization researchers. Multi-criteria decision making, operations and supply chain. You know, this word is very popular nowadays. Supply chain management. Lots of works are going on there. Processing planning, space mapping, electromagnetics optimization. So these are the fields where optimizations are using a lot. So many applications are there. So if you are interested in it, you can go to your field and you can check what are the works that are going on in these fields. So the punchline is that there are so many interesting applications in optimization, and both in the theoretical aspect and the practical part. But what I anticipate is the engineering students read less theory, so they may not be interested in developing the new optimization technique and theory. Rather, they are interested in applying these existing techniques to their own problem using some tools and techniques. So the punchline is that the opportunities are really exciting. So really want to know on this topic. If you go through this book at least if you see this content of the book, you will have an idea on that. so this is the thing. So thank you. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So
So,
thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, you can ask. And I finished within 1 hour and 25 minutes. Within your time.
no, sir.
Okay.
We have unlimited time, sir. It's not
Okay. So
any
thank
problem.
you. Now, if you have any questions, you may ask. I will try to give the.
Students, if you have any question, please ask, sir.
Maybe it is little bit difficult for the students. Rather, it may be little bit easy for the faculties.
Yes, sir, that's right. But they are going to enter the professional field within few days or few months. So
Yes.
optimization is very much needed in the practical field.
Yes, yes. What I expect from them, at least everybody has Excel software. They already use it. So at least they can use this nonlinear and linear solution in their own field in this Excel. It's very easy. Once you just try, it's very easy for solving. Because I'm not saying that they will work say Python scripting or say MATLAB scripting. These are very tough. But solving in Excel completely easy.
Yes, sir. Sure. Students, if you have any question regarding the topic, regarding anything you want to ask, sir, please ask. So I think there are no questions, no queries. Maybe it was a little difficult topic for you all, but I assure you that you all are going to need this optimization in every aspect of your engineering field, whether you are working in a construction site or you are working for a manufacturing industry or you are in academics, anything, anywhere you are working, you are going for higher studies. So you need optimization. And our sir has already said various techniques how to solve the linear programming, non-linear programming methods in Excel. That was very easy. Rather going for the difficult softwares like MATLAB or Python. So I hope you all will practice what sir has taught you, and you will gain more knowledge on this. So there are no questions, I hope. Sir, thank you, sir.
So
I must conclude over here. Thank you, sir, for giving your time. It was great to have you for our students and for our faculties also. So once again, thank you, sir, from Sri Ramakrishna Institute of Technology on behalf of our college. I thank you for your time, sir.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.